إن الله ربي وربكم فاعبدوه هذا صراط مستقيم.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Our dear viewers, I welcome you once again to our program, Truth Unveiled, a program in which we unveil the beautiful and true teachings of Islam on different issues. In today's episode, that is this new series, we shall be discussing divorce. And basically, this is the reason as to why we see a lot of conflicts within people. These days, a mere saying that divorce, we find a lot of people that are single mothers, single fathers. So we would like to bring on what is the teachings of Islam about divorce. Kadek Mumin is your host. However, in the studios today, I've moved with Sheikh Nuruddin Sabba. Sheikh Nuruddin, yes. Say salam to our dear viewers.
Dear viewers, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Our dear viewers, we shall also have Sheikh Badul Kazingilizi, who will join us online with time. However, Sheikh Sahib, yes. As I've introduced to the dear viewer that the topic today is divorce. But in most cases, before divorce occurs, divorce cannot happen on single people.
Of course,
divorce cannot happen on only one person. Divorce happens when there is that mutual understanding, that's marriage. Before we get to know what divorce is as the topic of study, help us to know what marriage is.
The marriage. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Amma ba'du, fa'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. I thank you very much for this wonderful invitation to have a word of about Islam, of course, and of course for our viewers to know something from the Holy Quran as well as, you know. So when we talk of marriage, first of all, it is a good thing that one of the respected people today, you will find that they are the married people.
Yes.
That's why you see that people are trying their best to see that they go into this scheme of marriage, because you have the honor, you have the respect, yes, of being married. From the hadith of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that when a man marries, yes, he has completed one half of his religion. However, in the Holy Quran, actually Islam at, yes, at large, it has encouraged people to get married. Even the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he has always encouraged us that a'linun Nikkah, that you should declare marriage. This marriage is termed as Nikkah in Islamic Arabic terminology. But let's see what Allah says in one of the verses in the Holy Quran. You will find in Surah Rum, yes, that is chapter 30, verse 22. He says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, wa min ayatihi an khalaqa lakum min anfusikum azwajan, that among the signs of Allah is that He has created from yourselves, your mates, spouses. So, litaskunu ilayha, so that you can feel comfort, yes, you can get that peace of mind with them. Then he goes ahead and say, وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُمْ مَوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً, and upon that he has also placed that love in between the two and the mercy.
Yes.
Okay? Then he goes ahead to say, inna fi dhalika la ayati liqaumi yatafakkarun, that indeed in that there are signs for the people who reflect. Now, having understood that Allah has created spouses for us,
Yes.
now it is incumbent upon people, when they have reached that maturity age, to go into this scheme of marriage. It has a lot of consequences, of course good ones, where such as protecting the immorality in the society,
Yes.
and others, such as illegitimate children.
Yes.
You see, so when people get into this scheme of marriage, there are a lot of habits that we can eradicate in the society. Now, having known that this marriage is a contract, in fact a mutual contract between a male and a female,
Yes.
and this contract between the male and the female living together, supporting each other within the terms
Yes.
laid down in terms of rights and obligation.
Yes.
So from this we understand that marriage is not just a game. It comes with responsibilities, rights. What are your obligations as a man, and what are the obligations for the woman? The rights of each of these people.
Yes.
who have decided to come together. So this is how marriage is. Now, that is why people have to get married once you reach your maturity age. In fact, the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he has said that an-nikahu sunnati. An-nikahu min sunnati. That contracting marriage is my sunnah, is one of my ways. So faman lam ya'mal bi sunnati falaysa minni. So whomsoever does not go with my sunnah is not from among us, or from me. So this is a way of encouraging the Muslim youth, Muslim ummah, to get married once they have the capability, once they have the capacity. And he even went ahead to say that if you are not having the capacity to get married, then you should fast until maybe when Allah gives you that capacity, so that you can get married at that time when you are well off.
Thank you a lot, Sheikh Sahib. Our dear viewers, you are still watching our program, Truth Unveiled. And as usual, I usually say that if we leave out something, just visit our website, www.alislam.org. Sheikh Sahib,
Yeah.
our viewer would like to know, what are some of the conditions for a valid marriage?
Just because we talked of marriage,
Yes.
it is true that today there are a lot of marriage contracts that are going on across the world, and we know very well that some are not, as we may say,
Islamic.
Of course they are not Islamic, but still, even morally, you can say that society-wise does not recognize them. For instance, we have this kind of polyandry marriage, where a woman can get married to more than 1 or 2, 3, 4 men.
But socially, that's not even.
You see,
good.
in the society, some society do recognize, but others, actually most of the societies do not, recognize such marriage.
And God had a reason for choosing a man.
Why would God say ar-rijalu qawwamuna 'ala an-nisa? It is the men who are the protectors of the women. It's not otherwise. Then we have this, it is quite surprising that talk of this man-to-man marriage, woman to a woman marriage. What kind of marriage is that? Such habits, you remember in the history, in the time of Hadrat Lut alayhi salam, people were punished. God punished some people because of such habits. Islam has come up with such injunctions concerning marriage. For a valid marriage, one, we have to look at the parties to the marriage.
Yes.
The gender. It should be a male and a female. Once there is that marriage, when we only have man and man or woman and woman, that is a void marriage. Then two, we will have to find out these two people, their age, their maturity. Because, you know, even in today's law, it depends on the country, of course. Some people, they consider 18 and above.
Like us
If
in Uganda.
someone is having 18 years and above, is considered to be mature enough,
yes.
and he can go for
Marriage.
marriage, whether a man or a woman. Now, but it is slightly different in Islam, because depending on the condition of weather condition, the climatic changes of some countries, you will find that someone of 14, 15 years, he has, you know,
Looks like somebody of 20.
Exactly. So it's like we consider much the puberty stage. Once someone reaches the puberty stage, the age does not matter.
That's Islam.
That's Islam. She can go.
And it is true, even socially, if you reach puberty, you can even handle some issues.
Oh, exactly.
You can even reason.
You see?
So somebody can
Because
take you as
puberty
a wife.
stage is a stage, natural one, that shows you that now you are a grown-up man or you are a grown-up woman. So with the age, okay, just as we said, it should be 18 and above at least. Someone at that age can get, I mean, he can marry or he can get married. But Islam-wise, we will consider the puberty stage, and of course someone will be able to go into this marriage scheme. But of course nowadays also there is such a good platform, that is education. Yes. Because most of the people, they go to school. So by the time you complete your school, from primary level, secondary level, high school, you go to college, and then university, by the time you complete, of course you are now a grown-up man or a woman.
In fact, a mere reaching in the middle of secondary, that's high education.
Yeah, you can.
You are somewhere.
You are somewhere. You are above 18. So that is one condition for a valid marriage. We will look at the maturity of these people. Yes. Then, the most important thing also is the consent. So what is consent? Is just to agree on something. So this consent, we will have the consent of both these two parties who are going to get married.
Yes. A man and a woman.
A man and a woman, if they agree that, okay, we are agreeing to get married to each other, they will have the consent of each other. They will have to have that.
Yes.
Then after that, also the consent of the parents, both the man's side and also the woman's side. They will have that also consent. In fact, in the Holy Quran, it is quite interesting that Allah has made these family issues, the marriage issues, He has made them based on it should be based on the family. It should be based on the family. That's why He has said, فَانْكِحُوهُنَّ بِإِذْنِ أَهْلِهِنَّ. When you have found your spouse to be, you should you should marry them.
Yes.
With the consent, with the permission of the parents. In fact, because nowadays people, they find themselves at school where they are studying from, their high school, college and universities, so they come to agree that, okay, we love each other, so we want to get married to each other. So if that is done, then you have to refer your issue to the parents. Let the parents also decide and agree that, oh, this my boy has reached the age of maturity and is ready to get married. Yes. But the other girl, is she good, morally active, her conduct, how is it? So the parents will look into your issues. All that afterwards, they will have to agree. When they agree, then you can go ahead. If they don't agree, because they know best, what is good for you as children. Yes. And in fact, some societies, it is the parents to organize for their children such marriages. It is the parents to do that. Then if that consent is done, then we will have also to look at the mahar part of it. This mahar, you can call it dowry. It is a penny, I will call it a penny, that is given to the wife by the husband. When you take up that part of marrying a woman, then you will have to give the dowry. You have to give that mahar to the wife. And that mahar in Islam, it is for the wife you're taking. It can be in a way of appreciation, you see, because in fact, when you look at it, you cannot give much thanks to the wife of whatever she can do for you. But as a sign of appreciation in Islam, it has been, discovered that you do something for her and you give her that mahar. Some people have misconception here that this mahar should be for the parents. No, the mahar is for the wife. That's why some customs you find that they have also bride price. You have to give the parents. This is just
that's also
it will be on you to give them. But if you give them as a way of bride price, as it is known, it will be like they are selling off their daughter, which is not the case in Islam. So in Islam, that mahar is very important.
Just
and
as
this
a sign
marriage,
of appreciation, you say, let me give something to them.
Yeah, and you have to agree, both of you. How much are you going to give me? What are you going to give me? It is not necessary that it should be money. Yes. Some may want this, some may want cow, some may want plot, some may want. So it will depend on the agreement of both of you. Then this marriage should be witnessed, mostly by the wali, the girl's parents, at least 2-3 people. They should be there.
Not finding you on the way.
On the way, you just call the sheikh. Assalamu alaikum, sheikh. We have an issue here. So when the sheikh comes, they should make nikah for you. It's not like that. It should be a proper arrangement. And nowadays, alhamdulillah, people have copied this. They have adopted this scheme in a very, very beautiful manner. You find in the villages big tents and people are there celebrating marriages, their walima and all that. So this is how...
What is walima? You talked of walima.
Walima is just when people get into marriage. Of course, marriage is made in, is conducted in the mosque. Now, Islamically, when the marriage is done, then tomorrow morning or even after a day, you can conduct what we call walima. Walima is just eating, enjoying, celebrating that I got a wife, or a woman is also celebrating.
I get my wife, we go to the mosque. After
nikah, you go home. Then tomorrow, you can make that simple walima, simple celebration with your family, with her family together.
This shows how that Islam is simple.
Very simple.
Marriage is simple.
You shouldn't
that you don't give a reason to go in for other things.
Yeah, because today you see
fornication.
Some of our sisters, our brothers, once they are always marriage ceremonies on the TV.
Yes.
The way they exaggerate things. You see a lot of cars from here up to there. Then they have brought a lot of things. Now, to someone who is well off, it is okay.
Yes.
But you find someone who is just trying, he will not be okay with such marriage. And they will end up fearing to get married because they don't have such capacity. But in Islam, marriage will be based on your own capacity. What can you afford as a person? That is how you will go.
Unless you have another condition. But I have Sheikh Badul Kazinglis, who has joined us online. Sheikh Badul Kazinglis, we are discussing divorce. However, for us to know what divorce is, we need to first get to know what brings out this divorce. It is after people marrying, that's when we shall have divorce. That's why today we say that today's episode, let us discuss marriage. However, if time allows, we shall also go deep to, we shall know what divorce is and what is the purpose or what is the cause of divorce. Sheikh Sahib, the question for you, or that the viewer is also questioning himself, is what is meant to be considered to choose the rightful person for marriage? Because I do believe Islam puts this right and just uniform.
Jazakumullah ahsan al-jaza, brother Mu'min Kadeku. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear our esteemed viewers, as the matter being discussed in this program as concerning Nikkah and Talaq, that is marriage in Islam, and Talaq, separation of the married couples, the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has clearly explained, has clearly told us in one of his ahadith, his narrations, that Amgadul halal ila Allah ta'ala at-talaq, that things which are most hateful before Allah, but these things are allowed or lawful in Islam, is the separation between married couples, actually permanent separation between married couples. So in order to avoid this kind of separation between the married couples, again the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has clearly taught us how to avoid this kind of separation, this kind of permanent separation between the married couple. He says in one of his hadith, that his narrations, that when choosing a married person when choosing a spouse for marriage, he gave us 4 things. One of them is the beauty, that Jamal. That is beauty at the side of the spouse, female spouse, and then a handsome at the side of the male spouse. But remember, beauty doesn't last for long. Just in a few periods, that beauty will get away. Then he told us another thing, that is wealth, al-mal. We choose people because of their wealth. We choose people for marriage. We choose spouses for marriage because of their wealth. But again, wealth also does decrease, does increase, depending. And at times, one who is known as wealthier, time may come and that person again becomes poor, or even the poorest. So meaning that wealth also diminishes. Then the Holy Prophet ﷺ told us to also consider the family, the family of the spouse. Then the 4th thing, the Holy Prophet ﷺ told us to consider the dini walidiniha, the deen, the religion of the spouse we are to get married to. Meaning, and at that 4th thing that the Holy Prophet ﷺ advised us, he added some words, which was that if one chooses a spouse for marriage with the intention or considering the religion first, he says, تربت يداك فاظفر بذات الدين تربت يداك. The 4 things we do consider when choosing married spouses for marriage, it is better we consider religion first, and religion should consume the highest percentage.
Thank you a lot for your contribution towards our program. May the Almighty God reward you abundantly. And we say, stay tuned. We shall come back to you. Sheikh Sahib, unless you have any addition or supplement, but time is against us. Within a shift time.
You see, many people, just as Sheikh has brought a hadith, that always 4 things that the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has told us to look at when we are considering our marriage, or we are choosing our partners for marriage.
Yes.
That is the beauty of the girl, the family members, then her wealth, then the what? The religion. That is the faith. And it is very unfortunate that many youth today, they mind about the beauty. They will look at the girl, her beauty, and after admiring, he will say that, no, I have to go with her.
Then what does Islam
I want
say?
that one. But you know, the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, very wisely, he knew that all the 3 can vanish away. The beauty in 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years, you will not see the beauty you saw that time.
Yes.
It will have changed.
Yes.
Then the wealth, always there is changes in life. Today you have, tomorrow you don't have. So the mal, that wealth also can just vanish in 1 minute.
Yes.
Then also the family members, you have some families have habits. So such habits also, when you look at all the 3 factors,
yes,
they can go away. But the faith, the religion, when you're growing, it grows with you. So once you find a spouse very sincere in her religion, she is a God-fearing, then you'll know that at least you have spotted a good spot.
I thank you for your time.
All right, thanks.
Our dear viewers, we've come to the end of our program. That's today's episode. Let us meet in our next episode as we discuss the beautiful teachings of Islam. I've been Kadek Mumin Qasim, your host. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
إن الله ربي وربكم فاعبدوه هذا صراط مستقيم